Okay, so let's get started. Good morning to all of you who have joined us today. I'm Felix Sanchez, a proud graduate of Hostos Community College from the class of 2002, currently serving as the Alumni Relations Manager for the Office of Alumni Relations. On behalf of the Division of Institutional Advancement, the Office of Alumni Relations, and Eugenio Maria de Hostos Community College, I extend a warm welcome to each of you attending our Financial Empowerment Seminar this morning. It is a privilege to have our students, Team Hostos alumni, dedicated staff, and faculty members in attendance. Thank you all for gracing us with your presence. Just a few housekeeping reminders. This presentation will be recorded for future reference. We kindly request that all participants remain muted throughout the duration of the session. We also encourage all attendees to please ask questions throughout the presentation using the Q&A feature at the bottom of your screen. We will have a dedicated time at the end of the session to address all of them. Thank you all for your cooperation. As part of a busy agenda for the day, the Financial Empowerment Seminar was organized to provide the Hostos community with a valuable opportunity to improve our financial knowledge and skills. We trust that the information you receive today will assist you in refining your financial goals and achieving success. For this session's topic, fraud awareness, our first panelist was born and educated in South America with a degree in business management and a diploma in business law, and choosing to express herself through faith and service. She is committed to serving the community and youth, by which she turned to her true passion of helping the less fortunate with the belief that everyone needs to have the right spirit, humility for others, and the drive to embrace habitual kindness for a higher cause. As a co-owner of her family business, she uses this platform to embrace her compassion for others through her family's Give a Smile campaign, where they provide a feeding, literacy, and gift-giving program for teenagers and veterans throughout the Bronx and neighboring boroughs. As a relationship manager, VP with Orange Bank and Trust Company, she continues to use her platform to help provide awareness for communities through collaborations and engagements. It is her belief that passion for humanity should be displayed in all accomplishments, as she also believes her gift from God is her voice and her purpose is her service. As she continues to fulfill her destiny, it is built on the foundation of her true love for her son, father, mother, husband, and faith. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ms. Vanessa Baijnauth.
Hello, all. It's really an honor when Felix asked me and called me, and I just jumped on board. And I believe this is a way of Orange Bank and myself to give back. I don't want to keep you longer, but I put something together because I'm sorry. I'm on the phone because I can't be on the computer. I don't have a mic on the computer. This is something that's very, very rampant in our as a banker and in our society right now. Whether you're in Queens, Brooklyn, the Bronx, it is rampant. I will begin with a story that I heard only this morning on check fraud, especially when it comes to the mail. It is not only an industry that's killing us in the millions. We're in the billions of dollars now that it's affecting our society as a whole. A mail carrier spoke with me this morning and gave me permission to share this story, and just so that you can know the impact and why I choose to speak on this. It's a great challenge for all of us too as bankers. Only yesterday, they have a trial run of using green boxes. And usually for one mail carrier, they have to service per day 600 families. Not 600 mail, 600 families. So to put that in the sack and take it, it's a lot. It can't fit. It'll be really heavy. So they've created, as a trial run, a green box. Half of the distance, there's this green box. As you serve the mail and you get to the halfway point, the green box has the remaining amount, but there is a lock to it. These guys are looking, or these criminals, I should say, they are looking at every move you make, I make, and now even the mail carriers. And only yesterday, no one knows if it was an inside job. They had the key, and before the carrier got to the green box, two guys came out of a car. took out all of the mail, took it away. Now that's 300 families that will be affected with mail fraud. They have your information. They could do multiple things with that. But when it comes to check fraud and what I will be speaking on, this is only yesterday. It hasn't even hit the news yet. But I share that with you so that you'll know what our mail people are going through and ultimately how it's affecting every single household. Felix, if you could go to the second slide for me, please. Better. Can everyone see?
Yes.
You're able to see it? Okay, wonderful. So what is check fraud? It is simply an illegal use of checks to gain money. And it's used without your authorization as you can guess. Last year compared to this year, we don't have the figures yet. That'll be coming at the end of the year. We are out over $24 billion in losses when it comes to check fraud. And that's every day regular people walking into a bank and trying to get money from someone's bank account. Now, when it comes to the law and actually holding the ones that are walking into the banks that are called walkers, there's nothing much we can do about that, nor the police, because they're being sent by someone else to do that as a favor. And you can see the task that it's putting us, and what we have to do as a bank to guard our customers. And I believe this, just talking about it and being awareness, it is something that'll actually, the key thing that'll help us to actually combat this situation. But the opportunity is there, and as you could see from the mail itself and how you choose to guard your account and your business. Felix, can you go to slide 3, please? Okay, wonderful. Why is check fraud suddenly rampant? Well, I truly believe, my personal opinion, it's not suddenly rampant. It's just, it has touched the surface. And now because everyone's coming out talking about it, and we have it affecting our elderly too, even more so, it's making a big comeback and a surge because of that. And are you able to actually, Felix, there is something on my screen. I don't know if everyone's able to see it. Are they able to see? Okay, I'll go ahead. So check fraud is a way as a consumer payment method. The number of checks collected by the Federal Reserve annually has plummeted. Now, it has plummeted. Now, why is this happening still? Why do we have a surge? Simple. Opportunity. Opportunity in the mail, opportunity for us choosing to write a check instead of using an electronic payment. And we'll come to that on the other slides. When it comes to the mail, what I can tell you, I've seen, and I'm sure in your neighborhood, you see you're very busy, you write your check, you have to pay your bills, and the first thing you do, the first mailbox, you throw that right in there. That is a no-no when it comes to protecting your assets. When it comes to protecting your bank account and ultimately protecting your identity. Residential mailboxes, there's something you have to be very, very careful about putting checks in there. A simple tactic that is being used now is just taking something that's very sticky, attaching it to a pole, putting it in there, and just randomly take checks out of that mailbox. No one's looking at it. Also, if you go to the post office, the box that's in front, everyone feels very safe to just drop the mail in there. There is a time on that mailbox, a pickup time, that maybe you look at it and very close to it you put it. Again, that's one way to do it, but the safest way would be to go into the post office and have it deposited there instead of doing it outside, because you're always being watched. That's the job of the people that are looking at you. That's all they have to do all day. But again, if opportunity is fueling the rise of check fraud, the best thing we can do is awareness. And that is what brings us here today. Felix, can I have the next slide, please? So I've put together some common check fraud scams, and this is what happens almost every day. These are the simplest way. We could talk a little bit on forgery, counterfeiting, altering, and chemical alteration. Forgery is what it is. It's as simple as it is. Someone else trying to forge your signature, and that can be done easily. Your checks, you may order checks, it goes through the mail, someone finds it, someone's cleaning, and you left it in a drawer, unlocked, they pick it up, they could write, they could sign, they could forge your signature because all your information is left out in a desk. Sometimes we as business people, we do that. Counterfeiting, creating checks that look legitimate. Now this is a big, big problem. There is a website, which I will name.